eat like slaves anymore because we're not slaves.
If you cannot control what you eat, then you cannot control what you feel.
Eat your largest meals in the middle of the day, not the end of the day.
What part the homeostasis plays, you're on your way to healing yourself. The homeostasis is the internal environment where your body is at its ultimate functionality for healing.
Just keep in mind that everything that is happening to you is happening for you.
Yay! Happy Saturday, everyone. Happy Saturday. I am Carolyn Gentle, and you are in the Mind of Nature, hosted by Dr. Zarif, the nutritionist. And today's topic is the biggest lies about nutrition. The biggest lies about nutrition, and it affects our daily lives. This one's going to be that kind. But thank you all so much for joining us. If you have not already, please subscribe to the channel, Dr. Farid Zarif. We are currently streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube. So please go ahead and share the live and have others be a part of the conversation. I already know this one's going to be a great one. So let's get it started. Dr. Zarif, go ahead and join me here on stage and get started.
And a wonderful morning to you.
Hello.
How are you this morning?
Wonderful. How are you doing?
Beautiful, beautiful. I am looking forward to having another wonderful presentation, and welcome everyone here to this wonderful presentation of the Mind of Nature. And the Mind of Nature speaking loud and clear with the kind of things that we need to get clear in our minds in order to move ahead or make progress educationally. So that's what we're here to do, everybody. We're here to uplift you, up to make you feel better about this whole life thing, the good, healthy life. But, one of the things that, I hesitate right there because there's so many things that we just have to, or that we want to share, that it really takes a lot of discipline to keep going, keep your spirit up. And no matter what you face, you got to have it in you to say, hey, I'm going to continue, because it's so easy to lay back into something that you're comfortable with. And we get it. People love entertainment. They want something sexy, something that's loud and something to gossip about. That's why you have many of the myths that we're going to talk about today are so prevalent in our society, because people love entertainment. And I guess there's nothing really wrong about entertainment until you start talking about, where does that put you? How do you respect yourself? And we can talk this stuff all day long. If a person isn't convinced that they are worthy of being, to take care of themselves, to exercise and to get the rest and to eat the fresh foods and to learn more about them, that's why we really take our hats off to those of you that stay here long enough to listen to something that can get you going. So I'm really, really thankful that you're, there we go. We got some going on over there. Things that we really want to keep in focus. So welcome everybody. It's Mind of Nature. I'm Dr. Farid Zarif. I'm the nutritionist. And bariatric nutrition, for those of you that don't know, is the study of obesity and overweightness. So I, in fact, am a person that will help you manage your weight. Many people love it where they are, and I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the people that want to make changes. So some people love to be slender. Some people love to be whatever. There's different things for different people, but we want you to sit back today. We want you to write some notes down and those things that you really feel that can make a difference, that's what we want to do. So we want to help you to make a difference. Now we all know what's going on with this Instagram thing, and sometimes it's smooth, and then other times there's like, what is going on?
Right. Yes. I still don't see you on Instagram, but and that's why we share the YouTube, because the YouTube channel, because a lot of times, you know, technical difficulties will happen.
Yeah, but we keep going, we keep going, and that's the main thing. We have to keep going. When we talk about lies, Carolyn, what's the first thing that hits your mind about any lies that you've discovered in nutrition, or what do you think that would be? What would be appropriate in speaking about lies and nutrition, the nutritional lies that affect our lives on a daily basis?
You know, I know I remember you talking about the commercials or things that say milk is good for the bones, and you know, things like that. That's what I think of when I think of nutritional lies. But I also think of the things that they're not telling us. Like for instance, just like herbs that you can take instead of medication. You know, it may not be considered a lie because they're not saying it, but it's because they're not saying it. That to me.
Oh yeah, I hear you. Been deceptive and
Right.
secretive. Yeah.
Right. And even banning some things, or it not being approved by the FDA, or you know, things like that. That's what I think of when I think of nutrition lies or deception, or things that they just may not want you to know. And I know I keep saying that they. So whoever falls into that category of they, whoever approves medication and things like that, that's who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They.
That's a real good point, because the information that we get, the sources that we get it from is so important. So I'm glad that you brought that up, because when it really comes down to people use they. I mean, they and everything. Who are they? And as you said, they can be the people that are in authority when it comes to some of the things that, media, how we get that information and all that. Another thing, as far as lies are concerned, the biggest lies, they can be deceptive. There's a difference. There's misinformation, and then there's disinformation.
Yes.
So the misinformation is when we get information and we kind of pass it on. We read something like, let me see, even if I can pull this up. There is a difference in an article and between an article and studies, or when a person when they're getting their information from, let me see if I can do this. Here we go. I think I can do this. I'm going to pull up. Here's an article here. If you let me know when you can see it,
okay.
Care.
I will.
All right. Do you see it now?
I don't see it. I see it on the in studio. Just add it to the stage.
Okay. Okay. For some reason that didn't come up, but what
you clicked add to stage?
Let me see here.
There you are.
You see it now?
Now I see it. Yes.
Okay. Beautiful. So here you see this, Carrie, you see this is from NIH, okay, National Institutes of Health. Okay. And I'm looking in the upper left-hand corner, everyone. The National Library, the Library of Medicine. Now, this is a manuscript. This is the way a study looks. When you look through, I'm going to open this a little more for you here. When you look at this, this is how studies look. So when you read this, it gives you all the information that you have to know about what you want to know. It tells you who did it, and it also tells you why they made that particular or chose those particular studies. Now, there's also, if I can get the regular, I'm going to see if I can get that. I'll go back here, but I want to I'm going to remove that. And I want you to see exactly how just an article, that was a study. That's when people say, where did you get your information from? Prove that then. Give me some evidence. Because what we can do, we can constantly, if you eat spaghetti and meatballs every Wednesday, that it'll make you gain weight faster than if you were to eat it on Thursdays. And people would take something that's and just say, what?
Oh,
But
man.
at the same time, you have these really kind of nitwittish things that people say. Now, I want to go to another. I'm going to stop screen here. Okay. Now I want you to see this. Now I'm going to pull up an article, and this article is this is where media comes in. This is oh boy, is coming together here. There, I just want to add that. Bam. Okay, good. Now everybody can see this. This is an article, and who put out the article? The article is LinkedIn, and you have that right up there. And then they'll, write about whatever you see up under here. If you look under this photo, it says problem caused by low self-esteem. This was an article. Now, what am I talking about? What is it that I want to prove here? What I want to prove is that for instance, there is a something that I used to repeat constantly, and I refuse to continue repeating it because it just seems like it was hearsay. And a lot of times hearsay can turn out to be misinformation.
Right.
Now, misinformation was about, what was it exactly? 85%. There's like about 85% of the world populace that has low self-esteem. And I used to and then I'm like, well, where did I get that from?
Mm-hmm.
So I start studying it, and a lot of the people that brought these particular subjects to discuss on their shows or in their articles, I didn't see any source. They said there are many sources, but I didn't see one that they were presenting. There may be many sources. However, I didn't see many sources. I seen a few sources, and even those sources just spoke about adolescence. They spoke about the low self-esteem in American adolescents, which is definitely different than talking about the world populace, the everybody in the world. So just like we have to be diligent about reading the label, we have to be diligent about what we say and what we are taking in and embracing, because sometimes those things just don't make any sense. A guy came on to a show, and this just happened, a couple of years ago now, and just said while he was talking, he wanted to prove to me that some doctor that he was following proved that the human body can regenerate a limb. He said that I believe it was the leg was cut off and it grew back. And I was like, what human body can do that. We cannot do that. If we could do that, we would probably be in another category like reptile, for instance, not human. And this was something that this guy, he really and truly believed. And I mean, he really sounded like he was definitely going with that story. Well, of course, I did not. I wasn't disrespectful because I understand that our beliefs will definitely, our beliefs can make a huge difference in how we see things and what we believe. That pushes me to the next thing. The next thing is disinformation. Now, disinformation is when a person knows that what they're saying can be deleterious to a person, but they'll spread it anyway because this is a way that perhaps they can get a person's attention, and they'll say, "Oh yeah, right, yeah, I heard about that. I don't ever eat spaghetti and meatballs on Wednesday. I mean, I eat every Thursday. I'm eating that." Now, a person is very clear that there's not going to be any difference, and it has no kind of valid evidence, no research, no studies on that. But nevertheless, they pass it. Or they pass it on, and because this person has DR in front, I'm Dr. Hula Bula, and whatever this doctor's name is, they probably don't even focus. Their focus is they're beyond their scope of focus. Like they can be a surgeon, they can be, you know, an endocrinologist, they can be these other things, and then because
or
they
even
have
an influencer.
And that's a very good point. Yeah, even an influencer, and how about even a person that's just like they're very popular, or they're a celebrity.
Yes.
And you have people who are apt to believe in these people because of their status.
Right.
So disinformation is when a person is almost, it's like premeditation. You know that what you're saying is not true. The person is lying, but because they can get so much attention and they can get people really like, yeah, no meatballs on Wednesday. And then now this story begins to proliferate. People will listen to it. They say it, and there you have it. You have they spread the disinformation. Misinformation is also spread like that, but the intention behind the two is what really makes the difference. One intends to spread knowledge, but it can be erroneous. The other one can spread it, and that just gets them more attention because they know that the audiences all around the world love gossip. So if you can teach nutrition and being healthy and all of these things, if you can do this is why so many people get caught up in, like, when it comes to not just health, but in wealth also. When they're, you know, like all the different stories you've heard about Bitcoin and being ripped off, and, you know, people setting up all of these different scams to get your money. But we believe them because they're very, very well known.
Yes.
They're celebrities. Their faces everywhere. People love these people. And then if somebody comes along and he's like, I don't know this guy, and then they're more apt to say, get out of here. I remember I had a little station wagon, and this was my car that I used for one of my businesses, and I had the name was painted on it, and it was just specifically for my business. And I would drive and go where I wanted to go, and nobody even paid me any mind as far as it was just like I was another business, and I had a car. Then I had also I brought a brand new 2003 Beamer, and just a soft top, a beautiful car, and I couldn't even get down. Like I had one of my officers. Then I had an office in. I had two offices in on Crenshaw Boulevard, and I would drive down the street, and women would pull me over. Well, I didn't pull over, but they were telling me to pull over, and and that was because I had something that was shiny and something new, and ooh, I want to know you. And it's the same thing with the stuff that we're doing now. We're reaching out to help people, but is we still, although we really are thankful for everybody that comes through, it really gets down to we would have so many more people that would be interested in their health if we were talking a whole lot of BS, and people love it. They just gobble it up. So anyway,
well,
we're going to get started. But before we get started, why don't we go ahead and Care, let's say hello to some people.
Absolutely. And I just wanted to say, don't let that discourage you. Just keep going and keep teaching. We are building, and that's what we're here to do. We are here to build, and that's to you, Dr. Zarif. And it is appreciated what you're doing. So I just wanted to say that. Just want to say hello to those that have joined us this morning. Allison Gentle, Dad, thank you so much for joining us. Hey, Shirley, nice to see you. Suzette, Storytime for Children, good morning to you and happy Saturday. Thank you so much for being with us. Hey, Yolanda Rogers, good morning. Blessings from Big Mama Dearborn, Michigan. Thank you so much for joining us. And please share the live. Share the live to at least 3 people. At least 3 people, share it out to them. Those that really need the information. We need others to be a part of the conversation. I want to say thank you so much for the thumbs up over on YouTube. Thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate that. And on Facebook as well. Thank you, Lisa, and Yolanda Rogers. Thank you all so much. So I'm going to pass it back over to Dr. Zarif. Today's topic is the biggest lies about nutrition and how it affects our daily lives. So thank you all so much, Dr. Zarif. I'm going to send it back to you.
Thank you so much. Here we go, everybody. Strap in. We're going to start off with the biggest nutrition lies. First, before we do anything, we want to talk about what is super important, and that is like the why. Why should you be concerned with eating healthy food? Most people, it turns them off. Anything to make, if they're looking good on the outside, oh man, it's going to be fantastic. But when you look inside, what's going on inside of the person, this can be a whole different story. So I want to talk about the importance of self-worth, because knowing what and who you are is super important to your being. Everybody wants to be acknowledged and know that, hey, do you see me? Did you hear me? Did you understand me? And this is an ongoing challenge because of the attention that many people want. Now, some people are all to themselves. They want to be alone. They don't need verification or an explanation of what and who they are, but most people do. So according to a 2017 study, positive self-worth is associated with a greater sense of well-being. And this is really important here, because once you understand the rudiments or the attributes of yourself, it makes for a very, very big difference. The benefits of having a healthy sense of self-worth and the potential pitfalls of having low self-worth. We're going to talk about that too. I'm going to talk about some of those pitfalls. The self-worth also plays an important role in relationship dynamics. We can get into a relationship where you don't believe in yourself, where you have low self-esteem. And these are people that usually are whining about somebody that doesn't like them, that they're not good enough, they don't have the ability to deal with things that require confidence. So, low self-esteem can be a huge, huge problem. And this can be from a person that looks like they have a lot of courage, that they're very confident, and that they can even sometimes it looks like, oh, this person can really be helpful to me. So it's good to take time to find out more about the person before you get very, very private with that person or close to that person, or have confidence and trust in that person. So that is why it's very important to learn more about yourself, because we make everything else sound good. We make everything worth, well, when I say sound good, let's make sense out of that. It's just like when things sound good to us, like even if there's like, hey, it's really hot, it's very hot outside. It's like, okay, so that means that I got to go enjoy myself where it's cooler. Maybe I'll go where there's a huge body of water, or somewhere someone has a swimming pool, or maybe I'll just go to a mall or a movie, go out to a movie. There's many other, there's different things that you can do, or take a road trip. All of those things make those so-called bad decisions or other things that are negative. You can just choose to be positive. And that's really important. Now, another thing is important is about the way that you feel about yourself and the factors that influence your self-worth. And here they are, core beliefs and values. Now, let's stop right there and just say, what in the hell does that have to do with nutrition? It has everything to do with nutrition, because your core beliefs and your values give some purpose to what you're eating and drinking. If you don't have core beliefs and you don't have these values that are positive, that are productive and constructive, you can pretty much hang it up. You're going to throw anything into your body. You treat your body anyway. So when you get a cold, the cold is a magnitudinous cold. It's huge. It's something that you just can't get beyond, because you don't really care to the point that you take care of yourself. You're a person that only do stuff for yourself after it happens. So when you hurt yourself, or when you do things that will injure yourself, then you reach out for help. But in the meantime, there is a thing called proactivity. And that means you act on it before it hurts you. You don't give it a chance to get there. So a lot of showing up, for instance, just yesterday, I had what is called a follow-up, but I had a 3-month follow-up. Every 3 months I'll go there and just make sure everything is, and usually there's things that everything's a-okay, but if they're not, I make sure I take care of these things. I don't wait to get a flat and then say, let me check the air pressure. I make sure that those things are taken care of before they happen. Get it? So keep that stuff in mind. And the people, again, that are, if you don't agree with that, that is your prerogative. But I'm telling you, those people that love themselves, those people that say, like, you know what, I have a husband and my husband loves me, and we have found a way to enjoy our lives together. Or I have a wife and I love being with my wife, and my wife enjoys me. She loves me. I have a family and my family loves me. I have people that care about me, and stop saying, this is my body. Nobody can tell me what to do with my body. Well, you got a point, it's your body, but everybody that loves you, if you do something to harm yourself or some harm comes to you, guess what? You affect a whole lot of lives. And it's not just about you. It's about everybody that loves you, everybody that respects you. So that is the difference. And when you're told lies about yourself, lies about what you eat, lies about these things that may hold you back and interfere with your progress, then this is what I am sharing with you today. You can make a change. So as we go into these lies that we've been told, and remember, there was a time that people didn't say lie, especially when it came to politicians like presidents. Since we're in a political atmosphere, there are people that they'll say that this person lies and that person lies. But there was a time that they'll say, no, that was a myth. They'll say that was a mistruth or an untruth. They'll call it everything but a lie. But today, I guess about ever since we had the different, I'm not going to get into all that, but I'm just using this for an example. There are different groups of politicians that lie constantly. And with that, people are become more easily, they're getting used, they're desensitized to use and lie now, because they're like, this is what is happening on a constant basis. Let's go back to the factors of influencing your self-worth. I went over core beliefs and your values. You got to know that you're the best. You got to know that you're good. You got to know that you're sexy. You got to know that you're healthy. You got to know that you deserve it. You got to know these things, because this gives you self-worth. Whatever you got, if your hair ain't slinging around and stuff, if you need to buy something in order to feel better, do what it is that you can look at yourself, think about yourself, and respect yourself. Because a lot of people, they look good, they shake it up, break it down, let it down low, whatever. It just comes down to, what do you think, and what are you thinking about yourself? And stop littering your body, because it's never going to be a time on this planet when it's convenient for you to be sick. So that's why we keep talking about this stuff. And this is why we want people to pay attention. And this is why we chose this subject, lies. These are lies. They're not like, well, this is just a way that, the manufacturers, they just want to push their product. Yeah, some of that is true, but you got people that become sick, people that become overweight, people that actually threaten their health. So instead of being nice and cute about it, these are lies, and we got to do something about it and stop pushing the same old shit that we've been hearing constantly, day after day after day, month after month, and then year after year, generation after generation. And we keep hearing this stuff. And guess what? You got babies that come out, and the baby isn't whole. And what I mean by that is that the baby is challenged with the different compromisations. It might be in the arm length, or the development of the fingers, or the underdevelopment of eyesight, or it might be the person has different thyroid problems where the person doesn't grow, or it might be a person with all these different types of skin problems and other things that will happen, and inside intestinal problems. All of this stuff is because we are now, remember, the stuff that we're eating, that stuff is becoming a part of our lives. And that means like your tissues and your blood and your bones and your skin and your hair and your nails. So when you're eating food, the food that you're eating isn't just food to fill up your belly. I'm talking about the food that makes a big difference in your life. Don't go whining to somebody and you throwing stuff in your body to hurt you. And then when your body starts falling apart, then you have to spend extra money to make the repairs. Some of you have insurance, some of you don't. But it does take time either way. So take care of yourself before you even get there. Let's go on to another factor of self-worth is thoughts and feelings. Thoughts and feelings. Let me tell you, everything is associated to feelings. Everybody wants to feel good. Endorphins, dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin. All of these are feel good hormones, and people really go for that. If it's something that made them feel good in the past, they want to feel it again and again and again. And that's why people continue to seek out ways to get high. They seek out ways to stay happy. They seek out ways to be around people that make them happy or they feel happy around. So this is a real, feelings is a big thing. Nobody wants to be around some deadbeat that just like don't smile, laugh, a person that doesn't have a sense of humor, always whining about something, always down about it, got to complain about everything. People want to be around people that have really, really good attitudes. Now, this is, you have to, what we're doing here, for instance, you got to have thick skin. When Carolyn comes out here and talks to you about those things that we should do and those things, she's doing it from a standpoint of love for her people and her family and her loved ones. And this is something that you put yourself out there for people. You know how you look at TV and it's a big face right there, and you can look at that and you say, oh, that person, look, they have gray hair. Oh, yes, well, look at there. Look, doesn't one eyebrow look longer than the other eyebrow? Wow, why is that person? Wow, ooh, he's dark. She's so white and pale. Well, all of that stuff is like TV. It's right there. So you put yourself, you expose yourself to be talked about. And I know that's what we do here on the Mind of Nature. We know that you can do that. I mean, but it's not anything that can stop us from moving forward, because we have a mission, and our mission is to elevate, is to update and educate. That's why we're here. And as long as we are know that we are touching a few people that can go and touch other people, you know, we really, really appreciate it. So know that your being here isn't just, you know, hey, yeah, you got to be here. No, we really appreciate that. Emotions and mental well-being is also a part of your self-worth. Your emotional state, really important. I haven't ever seen as many emotional men as I have seen now at this point in my life. I've never seen so many males that are as emotional as they are as I do today. We can go into that some other time, but we have a lot of mental health problems, and these are some of the things. This list goes on and on. Relationships, both past and present, health and physical fitness, career and professional, activities and hobbies, community and social status, financial position, physical appearance. We have childhood experience. All of that is very, very important. And as we continue to gauge our self-worth, we find out things through asking ourselves a few questions. Do you believe that you're worthy of others' love, respect, and consideration? This will give you a good idea. Do you believe that you're worthy of other people, their respect and their love? So all of these are some of the things that you can do to start. Here's another question. How much do you like and respect and value yourself? How much do you love, or do you like, or how much do you like and respect yourself? How much? So all of this makes a difference. If it doesn't make a difference, it's so easy to throw pizzas down your throat, milkshakes, fries, the candies, loads of sugar. You know, it's just easy to do that. Why? Because ain't no love for you. if you start loving yourself and really say, no, I don't, thank you. You don't have to say no and give the person a reason. Just no, thank you. That's it. And that's how we move forward with being bold about what we are and what we mean to ourselves. Now, there are some potential pitfalls about the self-worth, and self-worth is characterized by a negative view of yourself and the lack of trust in one's abilities. As a result, there is a perpetual fear of failure, difficulty accepting positive comments. When somebody says, oh, you look so great today. Oh, you're beautiful. Some people is like, I don't need your compliments to tell me. I know I look good. Yeah, I don't need that. So they're caught up in it in some kind of way. They never got past it. Just a simple thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. This hard for them to do that. And again, that it stems from low self-esteem. Difficulty in accepting positive comments and the disproportionate focus of weaknesses. So they concentrate on those things that are their weaknesses more than they do their strengths, because there is a strong tendency to view oneself as unworthy. There's also a tendency to elevate others. We elevate, to elevate others in an effort to compensate. Now, someone with low self-esteem or low self-worth may therefore minimize their needs, allow their boundaries to be infringed upon, to go out of their way to please others, and to be unable to stand up for themselves. So all of that is a part of that whole low self-esteem pitfall, and that is horrible. So I'm going to pass these things, and I'm going to go right into some of the lies that people have told. Here's a lie right here. Just start off with this lie. Let me make sure I didn't pass up any. Okay. Yeah. So here we go. The first lie is high cholesterol foods are unhealthy. Now, this is a lie, and this lie has been going around and still goes around because people don't understand the physiology, the biology, the biochemistry when it comes to how we use foods and the property of foods. So let's start off with this one. High cholesterol foods are unhealthy. Now, why? Let's listen to this. That the high cholesterol foods like eggs and full fat yogurt are highly nutritious. So that's the truth about it. Now, it doesn't matter that if you eat eggs or not, or if you eat meat or not. The fact is that meat does or is a good source for protein. That's a fact. Okay. However, there are a whole lot of other side effects that go with that. But the truth about the high cholesterol, like high cholesterol foods, like your eggs and your full fat yogurt, they're highly nutritious also. Now, some people overdo it with all the eating and stuff. They overdo it and they end up having too much of it, and that causes problems. Now, all those generic factors make some people more sensitive to dietary cholesterol. For most people, high cholesterol foods can be included as a part of a healthy diet. Again, meaning that you eat just a little bit. You don't eat the eggs, and you got 8 eggs. You got about another 8 slices of bacon. You got toast, and you have jelly, and you have orange juice. All of that, although it might sound good to you, these are cholesterol-rich foods, and they've gotten a real bad rap. And thanks to some of the misconceptions of how dietary cholesterol affects the heart health. And most of that is the stories that we hear about the cholesterol plaque building up in the arteries and causing blood clots, causing stroke and also causing other like an aneurysm, embolus, so forth, that really are very detrimental, and definitely be aware. Now, while some people are more sensitive to dietary cholesterol than others overall, nutrient-dense, cholesterol-rich foods can be included in a healthy diet. So when you do see a person that has eggs and that has maybe cheese on the eggs, now this is something that some of us say, I wouldn't dare put that stuff in my body. But for them, it works. That's what we got to keep in mind. To each his own. If they want to do that, more power to them. In fact, including cholesterol-rich, nutritious foods like eggs and full-fat yogurt in your diet may boost your health by enhancing feelings of fullness and providing important nutrients that other foods lack. So you can actually balance that stuff out. That's why you have people that are octogenarians, those that are genarians, and you have the what else do you have? Centenarians. All of them live in their 80s and 90s and 100s, where other people died before that. This is something that you can keep in mind. They're eating small amounts of these foods, and they're still living long, full lives. Okay. All right. You're still here. I'm so glad. Thank you so much, everybody. Let's keep on going with this, this very important information. This is stuff that you continually have at your fingertips, but you got to claim the power. Claim the power to stop eating stuff that is wrecking your body. And then you start feeling sorry for yourself when you can't do anything about it, or when it's irreversible, or you find out you have pre-diabetes or diabetes because your A1C is over 6.4%. So you want to do these. You want to also make the changes so that you can stay around 120/80 or less when you are looking at your blood pressure. You want to make sure that you're less than 100, and you want to be somewhere between 60 and 100 when it comes to your sugar. All of these are the numbers that you should know that. You should also have the apparatus around your house so you can take your blood pressure every once in a while, that you can also measure the sugar that's in your blood. You don't have to wait until you go to a clinic for that. What's more, over 30% of adolescent men in the United States report body dissatisfaction and the use of unhealthy methods to attain their ideal body type. Well, we know that everybody, when it comes to eating disorders, only affects women. I think I'm probably excited and pushed it, but let's deal with it. We're here. Eating disorders only affect women. Well, there are probably more women than men, but men and women, or females and males, do experience disorders. Okay. The other thing that I think we can say about eating disorders infecting the females is that it's important to note that eating disorders present differently in men than they do in women, or in males than they do in females. And they're more prevalent in adolescent and young adult men who are gay or bisexual, highlighting the need for eat disorder treatments that are better adapted to the male population. So highlighting the need for eating disorder treatments. I wanted to say that again, for those people that have the disorder, eating disorders. Well, this is also some of the things that you can keep in mind when it comes to the males and the females, how different we are, and that things can affect us differently. The next thing is high fat foods are unhealthy. Now you've heard this one a lot. People say, "All that fat foods you eating, you're gonna be fat. You're gonna be unhealthy." Now, although this antiquated and incorrect theory is slowly being put to rest, many people still fear high fat foods and they follow low fat food diets, and in hopes of cutting their fat intake will benefit their overall health. Now, this is where when you get older, when you get over 50, I'm over 50, so I pay attention to this in a way that I can keep my health up, because I see, like, when they're over 50, a lot of these men, it depends on what the eating habits are, but they can get smaller and they start to maybe get a kyphotic hump, or in the curvature of the back, and all the different things that can happen. And sarcopenia is another one where, these guys that used to work out, or females used to work out, what happens is they stop working out, and then they start to accumulate different diseases and disorders because of their sudden change. They used to work out a lot, and now they hardly even work out, and the body can atrophy. The muscles can atrophy. That means they break down because you're not using them. So you got to do some exercise. And if you don't have anybody to exercise with you, go get a membership where you have a lot of people. You'll meet people, and people love to talk, and you have more people. They come there with a towel and they have a drink, and drink meaning, something, water or something refreshing. And then they get on the treadmill, and there, if you want to be a social butterfly, there you go. Okay, next, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Well, most people don't even have to eat breakfast. That is true. But those people that do want to eat and get your body started according to the physiology of the human body, then you may want to put that water in your body, because you can tell that you have toxins in your mouth when you first wake up. Breaking down foods for 8 hours in sleep, you're unconscious, you're now awakened, and there are things that are a little different. Your body's a little stiffer, you got that little stretch, and some mornings are different than the others. Some mornings you wake up and you want to make love, and just like you ready, and you don't think about all the stretches. Wait, hold on, let me stretch out first. You see, we're just different, and our days are different. They're not the same. We have different days. We feel differently, but sometimes you want to eat your first meal, and sometimes you don't. I suggest, as much as you can, have something in the morning. Don't let yourself go all the way to the afternoon and then you eat something. Now, some people are on intermittent fasting, but that's for the most part to lose weight or to be closer to their religion, to be closer to God. Those are some of the things that that these people reason with. But it's very important when this is to know that breakfast is the most important meal. The most important meal of the day is the one that keeps you from being hungry. that's the truth about that. There's not all of the meals that you eat during the day. The most important meal that you eat is the one that keeps you from being hungry. So if the next one, that's the most important. Now, I want to talk about research a little bit here. It indicates that foregoing, like skipping over breakfast may result in reduced calorie intake. So therefore, a lot of people can actually lose weight, and by missing that meal. Why? Because they put less calories in. There's less food. So we can figure that out. So that's a no-no. That's a lie. You need to eat small, frequent meals for optimal health. Well, that is one of the ways that, as we're talking about now, making sure that you have eating before you become hungry. Now, some people will read this and they'll say, I heard that, and I have to eat. I have to eat less, and that less should be in your portions. But as far as the frequency, if it takes you 6 times a day, that's ideal for you to eat fine. But if you're a person that perhaps is you're introverted, you're pretty docile, and you don't have a lot of people around you, you're not one of those outgoing extroverts, well, it's really that's cool too. But you eat according to your lifestyle and the way that you eat. So when it comes to eating, is eating in appropriation with the frequency of your day, what you're doing, what kind of work you do. Some people they're just brain. That's what they do. But other people have laborious things like building stuff or breaking stuff down and those kinds of things. Now, this one you hear a lot. Supplements are a waste of money. Well, nope, that's a lie. And you have pros that say this. I know you're going to probably like, what? What did you say? No. Supplements are a waste of money. That's also a lie. Now, supplements are useful. Now, some people that say this, they'll say, yeah, but here, I want you to take these herbs, or here, I want you to eat this is our new powder drink or whatever. Supplements are useful and often necessary in many populations. The use of common medications, age, and certain medical conditions are just some of the reasons why supplements are maybe needed in some people. Now, those on restrictive diets and the people with genetic mutations, like the methyl inet. This word is so long right here, but let's break it down. It's the methyl hydrofolate reductase. And this word right here looks like something else, mother, but the methyl internetra hydrofolate. It's not a word I say every day, so I had to sound it out. This is a long word, reductase. And reductase, of course, we know what that is, especially those of us that are men, and we talk about the reductase when we're talking about our testosterone. Our testosterone, especially changing to dihydrotestosterone. And we'll talk about that at another day. But people over the age of 50 and pregnant women or breastfeeding women are other examples of populations that may benefit from taking specific supplements. For example, supplementing with magnesium and B vitamins has been shown to benefit those with type 2 diabetes and enhancing the blood sugar and reducing heart disease risk factors and diabetes related complications. So this magnesium along with vitamin B has already been proven to do that. That's why I love evidence. Evidence. Show me, where did you get it from? Who told you that? And you should know that. Okay. Right now it's 2 minutes after 9. And wow, did I get excited about that. Karen, why don't you come back up with us or with me, and we'll go ahead. Wow, that went by so fast. It's incredible. Oh, man.
Time goes by when you're having fun, right?
Yeah, I want everybody to, in summation, I want everybody to really make sure that you read, make sure that you're constantly following us to get the kind of information that makes sense, the stuff that people aren't lying to you about. And these are the things that you can just simply read about. You can look at. Remember, I showed you the difference in an article in the newspaper or magazine versus studies. I showed you exactly the way it looks, what to look for, and this is something important. And not only NIH, but many CDC, USDA, all of these different bodies and groups or organizations that are involved with health. These are the ones that also are the police, along with they also do a lot of studies so that we'll know, at least have an idea that, you know what, this is safe. I'll take a chance on it. Some people just got the whole the honor system going. They don't have to test anything. They don't read anything. They look at it. This looks good. Tastes good. I'm going to eat it. But they don't even think about, how's that going to damage my body? So read, everybody. Read and find out get as much information as you can. Even with me, read about me. If you want to find out, like, where does this guy come from? What is, look at my gray hair. I've been doing this since it's been black, so it's like the things that we do sometimes just gets better as the older that we get. And that's something that I'm very proud of. I love it that I can share some things that I've been sharing for over 35 years. 35 years. Some of you haven't even been on the planet that long. I've been doing this all of your life. So this is very important. It's something that we want to get to our families, something we want to get to you yourself. You come first. We'll talk more about some of the lies. Here again, let me just go over this and then I'm done. Read your labels. Make sure that what you're reading on the label, if you have doubt about that, most foods have an 800 number on that you can call and then find out even more information, or go to your professionals. Find out those professionals. There's a reason to talk to some those people right there in your community. And remember other lies. Again, remember the difference between disinformation and you want misinformation. Understand also that all doctors, just because I have a DR in front of my name, doesn't mean that I know everything. Nobody knows everything about anything. And lastly, I want you to understand that lies are mostly affecting those people who do not understand their self-worth. When you don't understand your self-worth, you're not going to look that stuff up. You can give a squat about that. But when you understand how great you are and what you hear, what you meant to do, then you start like, I got to be around here a long time. I want to be strong. I am so happy to be an older man and wise and youthful. You see? So if you get all of those things, think about that, fellas. I'm really talking to you because women already outlive us. But just imagine if your age, your youthfulness, and your wisdom all at the same time. Wow. That's sensational. I'm going to turn it over to the wonderful Care, and thank you very much for being here.
Thank you, Dr. Zarif, for all that great information. For anyone that came in late, you can always catch the replays on YouTube. The YouTube channel is Dr. Farid Zarif. Great information that you shared with us here today, Dr. Zarif, as always. Thank you for everyone that joined us in the Mind of Nature. Our mission is to bring awareness, listen to your feedback, and now it's time for you to take action on the information that you heard here today. Just want to say hello to Denise Kane. Hello to you. Kyle M. stopped by as well.
Look what Kyle M is saying. I know I'm sexy.
Right.
Go, Kyle.
All right. But he said he just wanted to stop by and say hi, misses you, Dr. Zarif. Wish you the best.
All right.
Thank you, Kyle. Tell him to enjoy his walk, and thank you for stopping by. We have Dr. D. Coates in the building. Grand Rising to you.
What up, though?
Hello, hello. And then also James Norman. Thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Hello, Dr. Zarif. This is Carolyn. My work schedule is changing, so I will be able to catch the show live and on time after this weekend. Well, thank you
Oh,
so much.
that is great, isn't it?
Welcome, welcome, and come on in. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we want
Yes.
you up here with us, James. We want
Right.
you up here with us, man, because you've been a soldier, man, and like this is going to be so great. Another person we want up here is Ryan OJ. Ryan OJ, we want you to start coming up here and you start talking about your experiences. Ryan OJ is a huge. When you hear his story, you're going to be like, oh my goodness, that is incredible. So people from Detroit, we really just give you huge hugs because we're looking at the analytics and Detroit shows up big time. So thank you so very much. So we're going to have James Norman from Detroit. He's going to be up here talking to us, and one of the Detroit's best realtors. We got the wonderful Renee Johnson in the house. So glad to see. Love you. We all of us known each other since we've been kids. So these are really great people to see. I saw Mr. Norman. Thank you very much again for being here, along with Mr. Gentle is here also. Thank you very much. And I know you at work. Mr. Gentle turns us on and listen to us while he's working. And we really appreciate that. That's really great. Thank you for sharing your time with it. Suzette, thank you. She's loved children all of her life. I've known her over 35 years. And it goes on. And the sweetness of Yolanda Rogers. Yay. And so she's wonderful, really wonderful. That entire family is just super important to me and really makes a difference. And everybody else, Denise Kane in the house. Yay, Denise, that's my sis. She's really a real fun, loving person. And she said, I'm listening this morning because I want to find out about those lies. I want to go ahead and close because I'm always great to see you all. I'll probably, when we start getting 1,000 people, I'll probably have to cut all the announcing out on names individually. But until that time comes, we'll do it. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Care. It's been great as usual. And next week at 8 a.m., we do it all again.
8 a.m. PST every Saturday. Thank you all so much for joining us.
And we'll see you the next time. Peace and blessings to you all. And we'll see you next week.